250. The bacon is almost done. It's been on since about 8 o'clock, and it's almost 1 o'clock now, so it's the best bacon in the world. I have a few minutes while the bacon is just finishing up. It's been smoking now for 3 or so hours. I like to give it 4 hours, and it has been marinating for a week in Mark Shepard's Healing Pasture's secret bacon brewing batch lotion. And so we have bacon, which is exciting because a year and a half ago, I'd never done any of this. But there's something going on that I cannot say no to in my life. It's three threads that, when woven together, are extremely, extremely powerful for me as a transformational human being. Someone who has been working for years to overcome the things that kept me from getting my music out into the world, that kept me from healthy relationships, that kept me from being part of a community of people who could support me, who I could support in return, who I could be a part of, who accepted me for who I was. And I'm just going to tell the long story because it seems to be bubbling up. And the long story is, I first made music in my local Presbyterian church, and we had a minister who was astounding. He wasn't just good. He spoke in a way on Sunday mornings that transformed people's lives. And in 4th grade, I asked my parents if I could stop going to Sunday school because I was not buying them memorizing the names of the Bible and other dumbass busy work that they were giving us at Sunday school. I wanted to be in church. And I got so much as a young child out of those sermons that my music has been forever formed by those ideas. And those ideas were based on a kind of Christianity that was intelligent and open-minded, a kind of Christianity that stood up against injustice, a kind of Christianity that was concerned about our stewardship of the earth, a kind of Christianity that was in every way open-minded and transformative, a kind of Christianity that wanted new music on modern instruments to express the mysterium tremendum et fascinosum, to express the mystery of being alive, the very fact that we are alive in a world like, for me, there has to be something greater beyond this creation that created this, that put these laws into motion. I can't live with the fact that it might just be all accident. It's too beautiful. How can something so beautiful be an accident? And so stewardship of the earth has long been something on me. I helped my mother, who is kind of one of my deepest theological influences, a deep theological thinker. I did gardening with her. And while we gardened, we talked. And parents, if you want to get to know your kids, garden with them. Garden with your kids. You will form lasting friendships. And I gardened with my mom. I helped plant a bunch of hemlock trees and a bunch of Russian olives and several Christmas trees. We had gotten live Christmas trees. And living across from 40 acres that I knew someday would become a suburban neighborhood And I knew that was wrong. I knew that somehow I had to be involved in protecting what I could of the earth, of farmland, of land where we can actually grow food to support ourselves. To protect from just sprawl and just the wasting of things to make these huge houses. I'm sorry. So that is one thread. The other thread is this music. I felt things all my life so deeply, and music was always something that literally just grabbed me and would not let me go. Music just grabbed me. Gotta turn the hose off. I'm filling up a tank. Grabbed me. And became the vehicle through which I stayed sane. Music grabbed me and allowed me to express things that I was not allowed to express. In school, at home, at church. And I did a storytelling gig, a birthday party for a 5-year-old kid. It was actually the last one I did. But you know what? They said, listen, our son is autistic. He has Asperger's. So if you can come early so we can just kind of feel comfortable around you, that would be great. So I got there and they told me this kid was autistic, right? And that he didn't like loud noises and he knew all the names of all the trees and all the animals and all the birds. And I got there and this kid took me around and showed me all the trees and stuff. And I'm like, this kid's not Asperger's. He's exactly like me. And it hit me. It hit me that maybe since life was so freaking hard for me as a kid in elementary school, maybe I was an undiagnosed Asperger's spectrum kid. And it kind of makes sense. And then 2 years ago, I did a gig at a summer school for autistic kids near Boston. And, you know, there was one kid who was a Tourette's kid, and he would always go, like this, would come out, right? And then there was another kid who was like, you could tell this kid he was too well read for an 8-year-old. You know what I mean? He knew shit about the economy of Australia that no kid that age should know anything about. And it was really fucking annoying. Oh, did I say a bad word? It was really gosh darn gee whiz annoying. I'm trying to change all the language that I normally use. Anyway, he was really annoying because he just knew, he knew more than anybody in the room about all this shit. And like, oh, yeah, interesting. So then I drive home and I come in the house and I hear my dad go, And my dad is like a self-taught nutrition genius. Like, he studies nutrition all day, every day. He's 95 and he is literally a full-time nutrition student. He reads everything that a man can read in a day about nutrition all day, every day. Like, he knows his shit. And I'm like, oh, maybe he's autistic too. And maybe his father, who was in and out of mental institutions and who was the valedictorian of his class in high school, maybe he was autistic too. Or Asperger's. And I don't think you have Asperger's. I think essentially we're identifying what used to be called smart people. But people who are kind of off the charts smart, and we don't fit in, and we tend to be lonely, and we tend to be loners, and we tend to be introverts, and we tend to be a little compulsive in our personalities. We tend to like exactly the same food every night. We find something we like and we stick with it. We tend to like really predictable schedules. I'm like thinking, holy crap, this is my dad and me. I get it. We might be those square pegs that all our lives we've been trying to squeeze ourselves into these round holes. Or maybe we're round pegs and the holes are all square and too small for us. So that thread of learning about things, studying things, putting them into action out of a deep curiosity and a deep passion for always doing things better it can be beautiful, and it can also be really annoying to other people who have not done that kind of deep research, right? So part of starting a farm for me has its roots in my father's passion for nutrition. That is totally part of this whole thing. My father has advocated clean food. He has been against factory farming way before anybody even heard of it. My dad is kind of on the cutting edge of what is going on in food and nutrition, and you can't take a step away from food and nutrition without talking about how the food is grown and on what kind of soil is the food grown. Food and nutrition all depend on the soil. Everything depends on us learning how to farm in ways that add to the soil, ways that restore the soil, ways that regenerate the soil. This is the most important issue of our time. No farms, no food, people. And if our entire food system is dependent on fossil fuels and chemicals shipped in from all around the world, that's a risk to our national security. That's why I take learning to farm so seriously. I think everyone, every able-bodied person needs to be thinking about, how can I grow my own food or support those who grow my food? Because the relationships you have now with your farmer could guarantee your survival if this whole thing goes to shit. And I'm not saying it's gonna, but our entire world is dependent on food. No food, no future. Can I say this more intensely or more seriously? I don't think so. This is what I'm doing here. And my music is one way I can support that energy, the energy to do something that's difficult, to do something that's empowering and healing, to do something that pushes me out into the community who once was painfully shy, to ask a community to support my work as a musician and as a farmer and as someone who is a deep thinker. I do not call myself a thought leader because I'm just following the threads. And what I have studied is the human mind and how we are wired. And when we can figure out how we're wired, then we can get out of ourselves the absolute best life that we can possibly live. And to me, that's what I owe my creator. I owe my creator and my community me working on my shit. Me working to turn myself into someone who I would prefer to be rather than the person I started out as. And I don't know if you can relate to this, but this is the foundation of what I'm doing. I have studied therapy, I have studied neurolinguistics, I've studied hypnotherapy, I have studied the human mind, I have studied male-female interactions. This has been my life's work. While I tried to figure out a way to record all these songs that are inspired by this journey and also support the journey. And I'm tired of being alone in it. I want to share my music with a community that values deep thought and transformational music. Music that when you sing it with me can literally change your day. Change your day, change your life. Change your life, change the world. And that, my friends, is what's going on here at Healing Pastures. That is the Sunday message, even though it's Friday when I'm doing it, because tomorrow I'm going to release Love is Dangerous, and it's, I think, worthy of your listen, although when you watch this, it'll be yesterday. I'm releasing Love is Dangerous on Saturday. Prayers, sending out prayers to those who are struggling, sending out prayers to those who are yearning for something that seems impossible at the moment. And I dare you to imagine that it is possible. Imagine the things that you most long for to be possible. And then begin to take action. Prayer in action is art. Peace, love, and grooviness. First week of January is already done, folks. The days are getting longer, and we had a thaw, and we had a lot of rain, and it's been a great week, and I'm so glad you're here with me. Please check out all the stuff I'm putting out. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, give it a thumbs up, please. Thank you. Leave a comment below, and subscribe, and share this with somebody, and come back next week for the next week's Sunday message, and check in during the week. I'm doing a lot of stuff here, and I've literally made the intention of doing a short update every day, as well as releasing. I have 4 songs that are ready to be released, and I'm going to do those one a week until I get those done, and then I'm going to start recording some new ones. So that's coming on. I'm not moving the pigs this week because of a trailer conflict, so we'll be moving the pigs after the 18th of January, and stuff is happening. Some steers are about to go to market. Some lamb is about to be available, and pork will be available in, I think, March or April. And so stay tuned, and I love you people. I really appreciate your time and attention, and I will stop now and leave you with some cute animals or some beautiful scenery or some music. How about a song? Here we go. Boom.
Have you been jousting with petty tyrants? Shadow boxing with cold fear? Have you been grinding through the old dance like sand thrown into the gears? Sand thrown into the gears. We are searching beneath the surfaces of things. We are searching beneath the surfaces of things. We are searching beneath the surfaces of things. What would it be like to truly love yourself? What would it be like to truly have good health? What would it be like to have a dream so huge it's impossible to refuse? It's impossible to refuse. surfaces of things. We are searching beneath the surfaces of things. We are searching beneath the surfaces of things. Sometimes the Spirit speaks to you in whispers. Sometimes the Spirit tiptoes through in slippers. Sometimes the Spirit speaks to you in whispers. Sometimes the Spirit wakes you up like a rock thrown through your bedroom window. What if everything is perfect? What if friction leads to fire? What if fire prepares the soil so the seeds can grow much higher? So the seeds can grow much higher. We are searching beneath the surfaces of things. 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 Oh, where did the world go? Oh, where did the world go? Oh, where did the world go when we were singing just now?
Hey, thanks for listening to my song. I really appreciate that so much. And if you can do me a favor and help me to get my music out into the world, go over to MarkShepardSongs on YouTube and subscribe over there if you haven't. All right? Cool. Bye. How you guys doing today? Huh? What's it like down here? Is that good? How's life going? What's it like being a pig? Not living in a pig factory, huh? 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 The phone is confused by the wire. What a handsome pig she is. I know I promised you boys this weekend, but there's a little conflict with the stock trailer, so it's going to be a couple weeks before you get to date. So hopefully we'll have piglets born at the perfect time, perfect warm weather, and we have a lot to do to get ready for them. Cowabunga. The sheep are walking with me. My 3 Katahdins, always closest to me. You know, you can't say sheep aren't loyal. They're delightful people. They're just enjoyable to be around. However, don't end up being the butt of their jokes. Ha ha ha, get it? So, yeah. So I'm gonna turn the fence off, and I'm gonna open this here, and then open that there, and then gonna let them through. The animals are always so happy to move. Like they're just sitting here waiting. They're all looking at me going, okay, buddy, open it up. Here we go. Watch out. Come on. They don't waste a second. Not a second did they waste. Splatch is like, what's over here? Hey, Splatch. Yeah. Yeah. Go explore. Don't come back here, you dummies. Hey, go up the hill. Come on. Go play with your friends. Don't just hang around the grown-ups. Hello. Hello, you're so beautiful. Come on up. Let's go up the hill. We'll go up the hill together. I'll go with you. There you go. They're up the hill. I'm gonna start closing this fence. Do, 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 do.